Okay, it says we're live. Hey everyone, and Happy New Year. This is Helena Hart, and I'm here with my friend and fellow coach, Anya Grace, today.
Hi, everyone. Good to see you guys.
So we don't have too much time today, but we have about I don't know, 30, 45 minutes or so. So we're kind of just doing an impromptu live stream because we were talking about some really important concepts and we just wanted to share them with everyone. So this is going to be a really powerful in-depth exercise that Anya is going to share at the end. We're going to talk for a little bit, and she's going to share a super powerful daily exercise that you can do every day to really activate your feminine magnetism and true attraction power and even manifestation power if you're looking to create something new in your life for next year or really in any area of your life, right, Anya?
Absolutely. I think that the feminine energy is inherently tied to the ability to manifest and magnetize. We talk about that a lot. So, totally.
Okay, great. I'm just making sure everything's working. It looks like it is. Yes, Happy New Year, you guys. I'm so glad we just decided to kind of do this last minute. So, Anya, what's the first thing you have to say? I know we were talking about some really powerful concepts and we just had to jump on here and do a live stream really quick. So, let's talk about this just for a couple minutes. We were talking a lot about setting intentions and goals and how we can really get into this masculine energy place where we actually hold ourselves apart from our own true attraction power and feminine magnetism. So, Anya, I would love to hear everything you have to say about that.
Yeah, totally. It's the 31st of December. It's 2018 right now. And so Helene and I are going to go, we're in different places, but we both have New Year's plans. So it's definitely a moment of reflection and looking forward. And it's obviously a tradition for a lot of people to set New Year's resolutions. And we were super excited to do this call because, for one, we love to hang out with everybody who comes on live. But I feel like it's kind of a fun celebration of what we've all gone through together on this YouTube platform, and also a really awesome opportunity to talk about the mindset of the feminine in terms of transformation and looking at what we want to change in our life. Personally, I used to I'm back in my room from when I was a kid. I used to sit in my bed every, New Year's time and write out all these very specific things I wanted to change in my life. And like most people, ultimately those resolutions did not work out very well because they were so contracted and so specific, and I'd do well for a little while and then I'd fall off course. And then there's that cycle of beating ourselves up when we don't accomplish what we say we're going to, or we don't follow through with our commitments. And about 5 years ago, I began to just shift that whole paradigm completely for myself. And that's why we're going to lead this training at the end here, this daily practice, because when we are setting goals, often it's coming from a place of, as Helena says, lack. And coming from this place of not being enough and feeling like we need to better ourselves or change ourselves. And what happens is that that's actually sending a subconscious message back to us that we're not enough. And the subconscious is more the language and the power of the feminine, whereas the conscious mind is more the power of the masculine energy. So, but the feminine energy that subconscious will always override our conscious choice to do something different. If we say we want to, exercise every day, but subconsciously we're doing it from a place of I'm not enough, then that subconscious belief is going to get in our way every day when we go out to do that, follow through with that commitment. So what we really want to talk about today is how to change our way in which we set goals and set intentions and set resolutions. So we're actually doing it from a feminine centered place and not that masculine, I need to fix and change and, take action to control all these things outside of myself. What do you think on that, Helena?
Oh gosh, I mean, that was so amazing and beautiful. And you guys, thank you so much. Happy New Year to everyone in the chat. Let us know where you guys are at tonight, what your plans are. We love hearing from you. And I'm so glad that this is all working with the audio and video and everything. So yeah, not only that, Anya, what you said was so amazingly powerful. I want to just do a video every single week on that, on what you just said. From my kind of law of attraction, feminine energy perspective, often when you're setting intentions or setting goals, you are resonating more with the absence of what you want, unconsciously or subconsciously, rather than the presence of what you want. I talk so much about this in some of my programs and some of my videos here on YouTube as well. But, when you are thinking about something, like if you say, well, I want to, lose 10 pounds next year, there's the subconscious or the vibration, so to speak, that you're activating is because I'm not happy with where I'm at right now. Often, some people are really good at this, coming from a place of I'm enough and I love myself and satisfied with where they are and eager for more. But the great majority of us, and myself included, I can get into this a lot sometimes, is I want to be over here because I'm not happy and satisfied with where I'm at. And weight loss is a great example of that. But in relationships too, absolutely. A lot of people say, or money, I love talking so much about how these concepts work with money. That's probably my favorite thing to talk about. Like, I want to create a new business or attract this amount of money or attract an amazing man. The undercurrent of that, setting that intention, is because I don't have a lot of money in the bank right now, or because my soulmate is not here. And the universe, or whatever you believe is operating here, doesn't listen to your words. It's your vibe. Just like, you can, it's so similar when it comes to interacting with a man. Men, the words aren't as important as your energy and your vibe. Same with manifestations and feminine magnetism and all of these concepts. So when you're saying, like, I want to attract a great man this year, I want to be in a great relationship, are you resonating with the absence of what you want? Like, the subtext would be because he's not here and I'm super lonely and I'm tired of being single. Or are you resonating with the presence of what you want? And I hope I'm making sense here. I'm just talking off the top of my head. Anya, what are your thoughts on that?
Totally. Everything you're saying is so amazing. And I truly believe Helena is the best, like, money manifestation, abundance, which is so connected to the feminine energy, just that overflowing abundance. And it really does come down to our mindset around everything. And what we want to talk about with the value thing. So especially when we're doing these, we're setting these resolutions and these goals from a place of, I want to get that because I don't have it in my life, or when I'm there, then I'll have blank. Like we want things because we feel like it'll create a certain experience or feeling for us. And both of us talk a lot about how, okay, so if that's really the goal, what you really want is the feeling of what that's going to create in your life. We'll focus on just activating that feeling in the body right in this present moment and bypass how it's going to come to you, because it could come to you in that way, or it could come to you in another way. If you're wanting to lose 20 pounds this year, like, for one, just check in and ask yourself if that's been a consistent goal in your life and if you've been successful in it, and no judgment and no, with really being gentle and compassionate and not choosing in this moment for the first time, perhaps, not to beat yourself up over not getting to that goal. Because every time we beat ourselves up, again, it's that subconscious pattern that's going to work against us taking those powerful and positive actions to actually create what we want. Because when we're manifesting, it's not about not doing anything, but it's about doing things as a follow-up to the energy that we put forward. Would you agree with that, Helena?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm just checking in with the comments here. I want to say hi to everyone, but I don't know how much time we have exactly. So I'm just going to say hi to everyone as a group. And thank you so much for letting us all know where you're watching from, and Happy New Year to everybody. Yeah, absolutely. I've really found that, striving for more, striving for self-improvement is not a necessary thing. Once you get this down, it's not a necessary thing, in my opinion. A lot of people might disagree with me on this, but this is the way I kind of see things, and it really works for me in every area of my life. I think we can't stop expanding. Like growth and the evolution of yourself is inevitable, just like the universe is expanding. We're constantly evolving, constantly expanding and growing. But are you keeping up with that expansion or not? And if you're not, you're going to know, because it's going to feel really uncomfortable. There's a lot of pain and restriction there. It's like this stuck feeling that's just like the worst feeling in the world, versus this fast moving energy that feels really fun and exciting, and you can't wait to jump out of bed every morning, and because your life is so incredible, right? So the work for, for me and for a lot of people who are kind of like going through this right now is not in striving for more. Feel how masculine energy that is. It's more in like the recognition that you've already expanded, you've already evolved. And now your work is allowing that expansion to be revealed to you in more and more and more ways, right? Allowing is a very feminine energy quality. Being results oriented and going out and trying to get what you want through whatever means necessary is a masculine energy quality. So as much as you can, think about where you can allow some of these things to just flow right into your life in a very feminine energy way. So the work is on yourself, your own blocks to love or abundance. It's working on your vibration. It's setting a tone to allow what you've already made happen in. If you want to think of it like that, like your life experience has caused you to, for example, know what you don't want. So automatically you know what you do want. So rather than going out and trying to make it happen and get it, it's in allowing those things to come in. You can feel the difference. Like I want to like lean forward when I talk about making it happen. I feel just naturally more leaned back when I talking about allowing it to happen, receiving it. Also another feminine energy quality. Now, of course, there's action involved, right? But it's going to be an inspired responding to your own intuition and impulses. And how do you do this? I know this sounds really great, probably, right? But how do you do it? The exercise Anya is going to share in just a couple minutes will help you get there. Really setting a tone or like an emotional vibration or state that will allow what you want to start coming to you. If that makes sense. Again, I hope I'm explaining this correctly, Anya. Am I?
It's so amazing. And my vision, I made a new vision board. I have a couple, but I made this new one this year for 2019. And the word, of course, that popped out from the magazines that I was going through, and that was like the main word on my vision board, is ease. And I love that word so much because it's a constant reminder that life doesn't have to be hard, and we don't have to work. There's a lot of what Helene and I are doing is kind of bringing forth the opposite of what is out there in a lot of ways. I mean, we've all heard like you have to work hard to be successful, or you have to life isn't easy. Like there's these messages that have been programmed into us so deeply into us. And it's like, we don't stop to question whether that's true or false. We just believe it because everybody is saying that. But if you think about the actual word hard, like it's the most contracted version of our reality. Like tables are hard and rocks are hard. And there's this contraction to those things. And we ourselves can get so contracted, or something where we get so hyper focused on things. And sometimes that can be a great thing if we're focused on a project and we're able to just keep our intention set on one thing. So much power can be sent to that. But oftentimes we can become hyper focused on things that are not serving us, like hyper focused on when he's going to text us back, or these things, or our skin. Like I'll give you a personal example of how what we're talking about, how I use this in my life. When I was younger, I had acne. I didn't have horrible acne, but I had acne pretty consistently from like 4th grade through my 2nd year of college. And it was for anybody who's gone through that, it's a hard thing to go through. Because
I was just gonna say, I don't even know if you know this about me. I had a horrific acne and skin problems all throughout junior high school, all the way like into my early 20s. So yeah, it was it caused me to want to like hide and not show myself. And I still have that tendency. Even getting on here and doing something like this is not the most comfortable thing in the world for me because of that. That can really stick with you. So yeah, I didn't even know that, Anya. Wow, very powerful.
Yeah. It's huge. And I think a lot of people probably have had a similar experience in some form or another. And I remember just I think it was when I was kind of learning about this healing. I think it was when I was learning about, okay, the power of the mind and how the mind influences the body and our thoughts and our feelings. And I just decided that rather than focusing so much of my attention on how much I didn't like my skin and trying to fix my skin and getting all these different potions and lotions to like mess with my skin to try to get it to what I wanted, I was just like, whatever. Like none of that is working, for one. So why am I continuing to put my energy in that? Like, let me just pull back. And every time I look in the mirror and I have that tendency to want to hate on my skin, I just choose in that moment to just let it go and love my skin for how it is, and trust. This is the most important thing. Trust that in that process of letting go, my skin will become exactly what it's meant to be and what I want it to be. Um, and like my skin is so, I love my skin now because it's like I could do nothing to my skin and it will look the best it has ever been, because it's my relationship with it now that has changed. And I'd say the same exact thing happened with food. The same exact thing happened with my body image. And it came from not controlling the outside, not controlling my skincare regime or my exercise regime or my diet, but it came from changing my internal relationship with myself. So I want to talk about that a little bit more. But Helena, what do you have to
Oh
say?
yeah, I think we should do like a whole series of videos on that. Anya has that whole thing mastered. She has it down way more than I do. So yes, I will. If you guys are interested in how to use some of these concepts in terms of like body image, different things, right? How you see yourself, self-esteem. She's totally got it down. She's she's totally mastered that game. So yeah, absolutely.
And it's so related to, I mean, obviously this channel is, and Helena and I both do so much work around relationships and dating, but this is really the work. Like we if you work with either of us one-on-one, like what we'll do with clients is we'll turn them into themselves. We'll have them focus back into them and help. Well, at least this is what I do, but I'm pretty sure it's what you do too. We help people see, what is your relationship with yourself, and then see how, like, if it's not a positive relationship with yourself, that is the very thing that's blocking what you want in your relationships and in your romance and in your intimacy. So this is really the work. Like, that's why I love talking about this stuff, because I mean, a lot of people want to hear about like the different tricks and tips to be on the date and, activate your beauty and your magnetism. But the truth is that this is the work. But the more you transform and get to know your inherent value, everything around you will become exactly what you want it to be. But it's not going to get there from controlling or forcing it. Because what are those words? Masculine words. Like, where I get to do this and create and manifest from a feminine, easeful way.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm just checking out some of these comments here. Sharon Raquel said, I love that. Helena, thank you for saying it. The work is on your vibration. I'm keeping it up in 2019. Perfect. Yeah, everyone wants a video on manifesting physical changes. Love to see a full series on skin, body image, self-esteem. Amazing. Oh my gosh, Anya, can we do that? Because you were like, I feel like I need that. I need it myself. I feel like I've mastered the money thing and you've mastered that. So if we could maybe combine those two, and of course, talk about love and all of that stuff and how it relates. It's all connected. It's completely all connected. Yeah. So think about it like this, for everyone watching, whatever it is that you are wanting to create in your life in, next year, or, whenever you're watching this, why do you want it? Think about, connect to why you want it. And I've never said this before, but why do you want a great relationship, or why do you want to make physical changes in your body, or manifest money, or a new career, or things like that? Usually it's because you think you're going to feel good in the having of it. So I love what Anya said about getting that vibration down, right? I always talk about what feelings do you want to feel in your ideal relationship, and connect to those and like radiate those out, so you will then attract it back towards you, rather than I'm miserable being single, I'm sick of dating, all these guys are terrible, and so I want to run away from that abyss of being single and lonely towards a great relationship, and that's why I want to create it. Okay, well, if you're doing that, you're activating the absence of what you want. So we want to help you activate the presence of what you want. For those of you who don't know, we created a whole program called the Feminine Empowerment System to help you do this. It's training videos and actual meditations that will activate, these core aspects of your feminine energy, experiencing the moment, trusting, allowing, receiving, and what's the last one? Trusting, allowing, receiving, feeling all your feelings, getting in touch with them, right? So when we talk about activating like the presence of what you want, that's how you do it. It's the work is on yourself, your own vibration, your own blocks to love. Many of them are subconscious. And so that the right guy just shows up and it's completely effortless, or the money you want, or, shows up. I love what you said, Anya. I truly don't believe that money and hard work have to be tied together at all. If you look at, sometimes I hesitate to talk about this stuff, but I don't know why. I'm like, like getting nervous talking about it. But yeah, if you look at I'll just put myself, my life, I kind of just do whatever I want all day long. Some days I don't do anything and I wake up whenever. And it's like, and I know what it's like to struggle with money. I grew up thinking like money and not enough went together. So I had to really overcome that. And if you guys are interested in more like videos on money and using your feminine energy to attract it and law of attraction, I would love to do that. I feel like that is just like the next step for me probably in some of these videos. So yeah, activating the presence of what you want, and how do you do that? That's what Anya and I are all about here. Do you have anything else you want to say before we jump into this exercise, Anya?
Little things before. I think, for me, changing a relationship with money has been a huge thing. And part of it is it's like realizing how much of a negative feeling tone I had around money. It was like, think about how it feels to open up your bank account. Like that used to be, to me, the most anxiety provoking experience. I would just freak out because it was not associated with a positive experience. Like paying money, when we're paying money, and I know I'm getting off track because it's so fun to talk about, but it just is another example of how our feelings related to whatever our feeling is going to determine and influence our outcome. So that's like when we're in this process of setting resolutions. I love setting goals. I love setting goals and specifically writing them down. I feel like that's a way to contract what's an idea into a physical form in some way that then helps that manifestation process. I'm a huge writer, and that's another topic too. But anyway, so just like really like getting to the why is getting to the feeling behind what we want. And that's one step closer to actually being in the center to be able to manifest it, and being in that feminine power versus the action power of, I don't know why I really want this, but I'm going to go after it because I think I need to, and not really being hand in hand with the why, with the reasoning.
Totally. Yeah. And I just want to jump in and say, this doesn't have to take a long time, right? It's not about time. It's about alignment. It's about vibration. You're only vibrations away. You're not days or years or hours away. As quickly as you can do. Anya, you turn your money mindset around. Like less than a week? It was quick. And it's like having those conversations like, well, if you shut down around money conversations, or you shut down around body image or love conversations, you're not able to attract it in that. There's so much that goes into that. Let me check in with everyone real quick. Someone says, please share how I can acquire tremendous wealth. I want to retire. Oh, yes. We would love to help you with that, Navita. Heidi says, Anya, love how Anya used one word on her vision board, ease. Ease is perfect. I'm getting a phone call, so I can't read the rest of them right now, but I have to find a better way of checking these comments without, I can't do it on my computer. Yeah, there was a lot of people. Basically, I think there were 3 or 4 people asking for more videos around money and wealth, and my microphone's getting tangled in my hair too. This live stream's like going off the rails. But this is so fun, you guys. Yeah, I would love to do more videos around that. And I'm totally loving this conversation. Anya, anything else you want to share before going into this exercise? Or, we could really talk forever about this. So we'll definitely do some more videos together if you'd like, Anya. I would love to.
Totally. So one of the biggest pieces I want to send to everybody who's listening is part of why we don't accomplish our goals and part of why we don't follow through with our resolutions is we don't have the self-value and respect and confidence to follow through. So we'll self-sabotage because we as humans like to be right more than we like to get what we want. So I know it sounds kind of funny, but if our pattern, if we've always struggled with money, or we've always struggled in relationship, or we've always struggled with our skin or our body, in some ways it's a comfort zone. And even though it's not comfortable, it's still our comfort zone. And it does take a lot. It doesn't have to take long and it doesn't have to be hard, but in a way, it does take a lot to be willing to courageously step outside of the comfort zone. And I mean, Helena and I might have slightly different perspectives on this, but I think ultimately we're at the same, we have the same kind of core belief on this that, you know, if we don't have the self-value, we're going to continuously get in our way to what we really want. Because what we want is coming from our higher self, and that part of us has no doubt in our value. That part of us knows that we can attract the man of our dreams and have the life of our dreams. And it's just simply because we're inherently valuable and worthy. We don't have to prove ourselves. So what is super key in how to begin to transform from setting these intentions from like a more masculine place of I need to change and fix myself to a more feminine place of I'm inherently worthy of this, and therefore it just simply is to work on our self-worth. I like to say it's getting to the core of the issue, because for as long as we're not fully rooted in our self-value, we will subconsciously work against ourselves in creating what we want. So that's what this exercise, it's just a simple way to tap in and tune into the energy that we are activating in the body, so that we can just basically create a relationship with ourself, with our deeper self, and see if, okay, am I really supporting my vision right now, or am I suppressing and preventing what I want from happening? So, but one thing on that really quick. Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is it's all about building a strong relationship with our inherent value and worth. So when I lead everybody in this exercise, that's the intent. I want you to place your intention not on any outcome, but that there's this activation of worth, that you begin to build a sense of understanding who you really are from this exercise. Because if you begin to value yourself at this elevated level, but it's not really an elevated level, it's who you really are, it's your higher self, it's just without any what's that word when we get in the way of our own desires? I can't even think of it right now.
Sabotage?
Yeah, self-sabotage. So we elevate into our worth, and we elevate into our higher self, and we stop self-sabotaging simply because we're rested in our true value. That is the place in which everything that we want comes to us in an instant, and it doesn't have to be a trial and a strife and hard. Does that make sense, Helena?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm just checking in here. You guys, your comments are amazing. Tiffany says, oh my God, yes, Anya, I had to go back and regroup and check with my feelings and beliefs around money. Someone earlier in the chat said they're attracting love and abundance next year. I love hearing that. Jessica said, I would love videos on feminine energy, money mindset, and how that impacts our finances. Oh yeah, it sounds like I'm so happy that you guys are interested in that, because I would really love to talk some more about that. So yeah, let's jump into this exercise. Anya, I'm gonna click on this thing so it just the camera stays on you, and I would love to get into it. I'm gonna do it right along with everybody else. So this is great.
Awesome.
You ready?
Yes. With whatever intention we bring to anything, that will be what we get out of it. So you can do whatever you want in your life, but the intention and the frequency and the energy that you bring to it, maybe if it's like a celebration, or this can go with intimacy. Meditation can even be okay, this is a little off topic, but so I just wanted to address this really, really quick, that like with the wine thing, we can do anything, and if we're not rooted in I'm choosing to do this consciously, and I'm aligned with my true value and worth. I'm not doing this to get out of myself. If we bring an intention of positive love to any situation, then we're going to get that back. If we do something without that, then that's the energy we'll get back. So anyway, this will help. This exercise is something to do every single day. Can I talk about the training really quick before we go into it?
Absolutely. Yeah, I know the camera's not switching back to me right now because I have it set on you. So yeah, talk about the training and go for it. That would be great.
So I'm doing a 5-day free meditation training. Meditation, it's just a daily practice. I considered calling it the daily goddess, just to do something every single day to put you in your feminine energy. And what it involves is closing your eyes and turning inward, because as I say, there's like a whole world outside of us. There's also a whole world inside of us. And if we can learn how to access and explore this world as much as we access and explore the outer world, then we will gain great power, and we will align and connect more with our higher self, which again is the part of us that does not self-sabotage, that helps us and assists us on our way to our greatest life's possibilities. So Helena has done a lot of these trainings with me, and I know can attest to some of the experiences that happen when we go into this place of depth. Depth is a part of our feminine power and it's part of the feminine energy. So it's ultimately oriented toward helping you activate your feminine energy, but we're also going to be harnessing and harmonizing both the masculine and feminine energies within 7 energy centers in the body. So that was a lot of words, but the point is I'm doing a free training, and if you want to join, it's called 360 Days of Meditation. It's starting on January 7th, and there's a link in this to join, and it will be super fun. So this is just a little taster, and since it's the 31st, my hope is that whoever watches this just perhaps chooses whatever day you end up watching this, maybe to commit to some length of time of just checking in every day to yourself in some way, and just reminding yourself of where your true value comes from. So to start, put your hand over your heart, your right hand over your heart, and bring your left hand palm face up on your knee, on your left knee, and take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, relax your body. And take one more breath like that. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. This training, this mini training will be 5 to 7 minutes. This little exercise right here. I encourage everybody to really commit to just experiencing this for the time we're doing it here. So simply notice how it feels to close your eyes and remove your awareness from the outer world, and what happens as you begin to become aware of the inner world. The outer world is the more masculine plane, and the inner world is the feminine plane, the feminine world. So simply by closing your eyes and choosing to be aware of the darkness, the feelings in your body, you are stepping into your feminine power. The feminine energy is mysterious, it's dark, it's deep, unpredictable. Allow yourself to just rest within that energy for a moment. I'm simply going to guide you into a state of relaxation that will help you to soften your body, mind, and heart, and connect you to your highest self. And from this place, you begin to activate your true power, meaning you realize your inherent worth as a person, as an individual. Take another deep breath in. And begin to sense your hips relaxing wherever you're seated or lying down. Begin to feel your belly relax. This is a place that can hold tension and stress, even trauma sometimes. So really allow that low belly area to just rest, relax. Feel your solar plexus rest right above your belly button. Feel the area underneath your right hand, your chest, your heart. Allow that area to relax. Throat. Relax your cheeks and your jaw, and your forehead, your eyes. And just feel this sense of opening top of your head, sensing into a little bit of softness. So what is happening is you're beginning to disconnect from your identity being your physical body, your physical world, everything around you, into your identity being connected to the more subtle parts of you. The fact that you are simply energy, scientifically, you are energy. That there is a movement to this energy in every single moment. Now, for just a moment here, rest your attention on your heart space, the space under your hand, and see how soft that area can be. Perhaps feeling into the space between your palm and your chest, the softness of your shirt or the skin, the warmth of your hand. Heart center is one of the most powerful places to get to know and to spend time in as a woman. The more time you spend focusing here, the more you will ultimately attract and embody what it is that you want. This is the source and the center of our true desires, that they're aligned desires coming from our higher self, place of true power. Take a moment to envision yourself at your absolute highest. Notice where you are in this vision. If you're perhaps outside somewhere or at a party with friends and family, or with your partner, with your kids, or by yourself, and just whatever comes to mind first, stay with it without judgment and notice everything about that picture. Notice if you're what you're wearing. Notice the temperature of the air or the room. Notice how you feel in that moment and the thoughts that are circulating through your mind and through your body as you envision and feel into yourself at your absolute highest. Every day, as you choose to just spend a few moments, 1 minute, 30 seconds to 30 minutes, connecting to your heart or connecting to the inner world, you'll begin to feel and embody a new message, a subconscious message to yourself that your true power, your beauty, your worth as a woman is connected to something so much deeper and so much greater than anything in your external life, anything about your physical body. But it's really being sourced from something so deep and profound. So if you simply touch in every day, put your hand over your heart and say to yourself, my power is infinite, deep, full of everything that I could possibly need or want or desire. My power is so much deeper than just my physical body or my external life. It's really coming from this place of turning within. That will begin to strengthen your self-worth and align your energies to attract what you want. Please take one more deep breath here. Let yourself imprint what it feels like to focus inward just for this moment. All the good feelings, maybe some anxiety or apprehension, but just letting there be a general positive tone to your body and your energy field. And then bringing your hands together, bow your chin down to your chest. And this is simply a way to honor the heart center. And the heart center is connected to the feminine energy and the feminine power. So by bowing our chin down to the chest, we're basically sending love and gratitude to the power of the feminine force within. This power that has been denied and suppressed for so long. And on your next breath. On your next breath, just come out and open. Got a little scratchy at the end.
That was so amazing. Oh, I think you have to turn your volume down, Anya, if you have something's echoing or, oh, you know what it is? When my voice goes over to your computer, the camera switches back. So you might, but yeah, I think it's fine. That was just a brief thing. That was so great. How are you guys feeling after that? Tiffany said that was beautiful. All the chat, people in the chat, it stopped while everyone was doing the exercise. So yeah, I'd love to hear how that was for everyone. Yeah, I feel really powerful, I think, is the word that comes to me. And we just want you all to know how powerful you really are when it comes to creating the life you want, how powerful you are, how valuable you are. Like, that is just our mission for like every woman in the world to understand how truly valuable she is, how powerful she is. Deep down. Sharon, I love what you said earlier too. She said, I believe a certain amount of red wine is good for me. My belief makes it true. Trust yourself, not what they say. That is so, I agree with that 1,000,000%, Sharon. I remember this one time, Anya, I don't know if you remember this. It was like late at night. We were eating like chocolate or cheese or something. And Anya was like, I think this is good for me. I think this is actually healthy because it raises my vibration when I eat it. I feel good. And that's like always stuck with me. And I'm just like, I have so much to learn from you. Do you remember that? That was that. I don't know if you muted yourself, but I think whatever problem we were having, you can unmute yourself now. Oh. See if that helps.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're good.
Totally. It's exactly that. Like, whatever energy we bring to something. I said yesterday, I think cheese is good for people. Like, I legitimately think cheese is good for people. I'm not kidding, because I think that we need the fat, and we've been told we don't need the fat, but if we actually build a relationship, it feels good. And if it feels good, then it's probably good for us, So yeah, it's really the relationship and the energy we bring to whatever.
I totally agree. Yeah, Sharon, I just had to like reflect back to you that I love what you said. Same with everything, like we were talking about before. Money and hard work do not have to go hand in hand. And love, my gosh, love does not equal struggles and obstacles and pain and uncertainty or ambiguity, or right? Like, I used to equate love with those things, and it just doesn't have to be that way. It just doesn't. Let's see. Oh my God, please do a video on money. I struggle with that. I'd love that so much. Thank you for this amazing video. Yeah, we would love to, Jamie. I have quite a few on my channel. If you want to just search for that, maybe those will pop up. So someone says, I feel very good now. I feel amazing now. I missed the live. Can't wait to watch the replay. Yeah, the replay will be available right after this. Someone says, my third eye is pulsing. Anyone feel that? Oh, I really like that. That was powerful. I felt that way for a few years. Yeah, so good. Yeah, so this was awesome. Anya, anything you want to add before we close out? I know I'm leaving in like 5 minutes, so I don't have a whole lot of time left. But yeah, any last words of wisdom or anything? I would love to hear that.
Just that if whoever took part in that exercise, just really taking a moment to reflect on how our goal was to soften. Our goal was not to create anything on the outside or to accomplish anything. It was simply to go within and soften. And through that softness, we're actually entering into our true power. So, and then that is going to reflect in our lives, so just like relating our power to softness rather than force. And especially as women, it's a lost art, and we're bringing it back, Helena. Everybody who's here is part of bringing it back. And I'm not kidding. Like, you guys are actually really integral in embodying this and bringing it back to life, because it's so beautiful and profound, and you guys are a big part of it.
Totally. Yeah, I love what you said, Anya. It's like the softness. What you're reaching for is not the full-blown manifestation or like the money in the bank or the guy showing up. Everyone is like striving for those things, but you can't get there from there, right? So what you're really reaching for is just what Anya said, a little feeling of relief or a little tiny softening or a slight improvement in your mood. You can get there from where you are right now, right? And so then the momentum builds. So if you guys feel better right now, if you can accept that as the manifestation you were reaching for, now everything can start to like flow right into your life experience. That's like a little taste of maybe some things that we have coming for you, hopefully in future videos, because I'd love to do that. So if you guys are saying, I feel powerful, I feel better, this was great, accept that as the manifestation and go, I like this manifestation. Like, take credit for it, right? And the more you do this and the more you take credit for it and then go out in the world and watch the universe prove to you how worthy and powerful you are by things starting to really shift on the outside, now you're going to have a tremendous amount of momentum going. So don't try to get all the way to where you want to be from where you are. If where you are right now doesn't feel good, right? Just reach for a tiny little bit of relief, a tiny improvement in your mood, or this softening that Anya is talking about so beautifully. So some people were asking for the links. They're in the description right now. The very first link is to sign up for Anya's free training that she's doing. I know we talked a little about that before. The second link is our feminine empowerment system. For those of you who just want to get started right away with some of these meditations and training videos, but they're two separate things. So check out both links in the description, the first one and the second one. And this was phenomenal, you guys. Thank you so much. And I just want to add that we learn as much from you guys as you probably learn from us. Like, when you go and try some of these things and come back and let us know what's working for you, what's challenging, we learn so much from you guys. So we just really want to express our gratitude and appreciation for you guys being here. And yeah, Anya, anything else you want to add before we close out?
Thank you, Heidi, for doing a shout out to Love Their Feminine Empowerment System. I highly recommend to anyone who is thinking about it. Thanks. That's awesome, Heidi. And somebody asked, how can I get a man I adore to stop breadcrumbing me and ask me out? And I mean, my answer to that is just do this work. Like, in some way, it's not, when we try to get somebody to do something, it's not ultimately going to create what we want. It's like what you want in that situation is dependent on your relationship with yourself. So I would say right now in this moment, my answer to that is just simply go within and discover the power and the value that you are as a woman. And then everything around you is either going to orient and see you and treat you as in reflection to that power, or you're simply going to release and discard that does not match up with your true power and worth. So that's why we're such proponents of this work, because we have to believe it on a deep cellular level, our value and our power and our beauty. And that's what's going to attract what we want.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, and Heidi, thank you so much for letting us know you enjoy the feminine empowerment system. Yeah, for everyone, she says, I highly recommend to anyone who's thinking about it. Oh my gosh, thank you for that. We love hearing that. Yeah, that is in that's right below this video right now, the second link, and it's still it's so affordable. It's still at the pre-sale price. Mimi says this is the best video that I've seen from you, Elena. That makes me so happy because this is like truly what I've been wanting to talk about for so long, and Anya keeps telling me that I've been in hiding because I have all this passion and knowledge about some of these things, and sometimes it can be a little like nerve-wracking to kind of get into a new area. But like with Anya's help and all of you guys, all your encouragement and requests for more videos around some of these really important topics, I would absolutely love to do that. Yes, you're welcome. Tiffany says this was great. Looking forward to seeing you in the new year. You're welcome, everyone. I'm so glad you enjoy this. We got to run, but this was phenomenal, and I can't wait to watch the replay, Anya, and do the exercise like more fully over and over. So this was fantastic, you guys. Thank you so much, and Happy New Year, and we will see you again soon.